What do I have to expect as a software engineer in a tech interview? Hello and welcome back to 4scotty's Tech Recruiter. I'm Frank, and this time we do it in English. Since today I'm here together with Salim Chujfi. Salim is CTO of Sabienzia. Sabienzia is a cloud software provider here in Berlin. Call centers use their software to work remotely and have a good user experience. And Salim is CTO now for 15 years, has conducted hundreds of tech interviews, learned a lot, and has much to share about it. Thanks, Salim, for coming.
Thank you for the invitation.
Salim, if you interview a software engineer for a job in your team, what is actually most interesting to you?
Well, for us are important two things. Of course, the technical know-how in the field where we are working, but also the soft skills. They play a really, really important role, how people can interact with the rest of the team. This is very important for us.
Okay. And how do you find out? What are typical questions you ask? And how do you get
Look,
it?
we start making some technical questions. We are in the field of voice over IP. In the voice over IP, you can ask about codecs, about transmissions, about all these things. But out of that, we would like to ask, how do you react when you have a problem? How do you react when you have a problem with another team colleague? Or how you interact with other teams that are not development teams, for instance, customer service or something like that.
Okay. Do you do coding tests or something?
No, coding tests we used to do. But unfortunately, this is not, in my opinion, is not a good practice. You can learn if they are programming, if they know methods of programming. But at the end, what I need is how the people create, how people think about new solutions. And for that, we focus also in one of the methodologies, which is called design thinking. In design thinking, you have two core elements. One core element is iteration. It means you go forward until you have a solution, and radical collaboration. We combine both of them in order to have a really performant team.
Mm-hmm. How do you test whether a candidate fits into this design thinking methodology?
We are based in this radical collaboration. If he can interact with other members of the team, with the security team, with the support team, with the marketing team, you can see that this interaction, it gives a new field of ideas for creation. Creation is the basic of our company. We don't like copy-paste. We like to create new things. And you need to put this into your employees. If these employees are aware of this and they are willing to do this, the creation and the development of innovation in the company is by far higher.
Okay. Do you practice work trial days, kind of probation days?
We don't introduce it in our. It's not something mandatory. Sometimes the applicants, they want it. Sometimes we say okay, and it is interesting. I must say it is interesting, but this is not something relevant that I would say. If there is no testing day, there is no hiring.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So, kind of out of your 15 years experience, what would you recommend less experienced tech leaders how to best conduct a tech interview? What is best practice for you?
Well, not focus only in the technical part. It is important, definitely, it is relevant, but how they can interact with the rest of the team, how can they bring creativity, how can they bring innovation into the company. This is more relevant for a technical company, definitely. Don't ask them if they know how to code in this procedure. This is something that they can learn in two weeks. Better focus on what are they really driving forward for you, for your company. This is more relevant.
Okay. And last but not least, the candidates. How can candidates best prepare for an interview and perform in an interview?
Good point. The candidates, they should at least know what is the company doing. Sometimes you have somebody in the interview, they don't have any clue about your company. Okay. This is not. You need to know at least some figures. Which are your customers? Which are your core products? What are you doing? In order that you feel, hey, this person is interested in having the job and bringing it forward, the company forward. And this is also something very relevant for us.
Great. Very exciting. Thanks for sharing. We will be soon back with a new edition of 4scotty's Tech Recruiters. As usual, you can put your questions down here. We will find the right experts with the answers. And thanks, Salim, for coming.
You're welcome.
Goodbye.